You're afraid of what you've become. That's all this is. The shot is deafening, and the small space, the impact drives the air from my lungs in a grasp that is almost obscene. What's up, you introverts? It's Incendo. Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing Cold Embrace. Now, I have never heard of this game before, but let's just get right into it. The war doesn't take a man all at once, it courts him. It memorizes the places where he is soft. It waits for him to open his coat, to loosen his grip, to believe in warmth. It starts with a touch cold on the lips, snow down the collar, the first bullet passing so close he feels its heat like a breath. Then it slips inside him, the war presses him open with orders and fills him with noise. It enters through the ears, the mouth, all the soft places he forgot to guard. The radio on my chest hisses. Hold the line, maintain formation, await further instruction. They've been saying it for months, maybe years. The batteries never die. None of us remember when the voice first started repeating itself. The war has been here longer than my memory of home, and home has started to feel like something I dreamed while feverish. Bare feet on a kitchen floor, the sound of water running in a sink, the way skin remembers being touched even after it forgets who did it. My hand finds the chain at my throat, dog tags. I wrap my fingers around them and squeeze until the metal bites into my palm. The ache is proof. I pull them out from under my coat and look down for a second. I don't recognize the name. It feels like reading a stranger's mail. Enter your name. Incendo. I think of hands on skin, of how war teaches you that you are not fully your own. I tuck the tags back under my coat. I don't remember when I lost my unit. I remember boots in front of me, then boots behind me, then no boots at all. I keep walking because stopping feels like too much like lying down, and lying down feels like consenting to letting the cold crawl inside. I find the shelter by accident, a concrete structure half buried in snow, a bunker maybe. I step in. Someone is already here. He sits with his back against the wall, rifle within reach. His helmet is pulled low, scarf high, and the light can't seem to find his face. I don't know if he's an ally or an enemy. I haven't been able to tell the difference in years. Everyone wears the same hunger. He tilts his head just slightly. Close the door. You're letting the storm look at us. My fingers ache. My boots are soaked. I am suddenly aware of my body in a way that feels obscene, like being undressed by the weather. He reaches into his jacket slowly. Then a red and white box emerges. Marlboro. He got some Marlboro Reds. He thumbs it open with practiced care, sliding a cigarette free from his teeth. He notices me looking. Doesn't comment. He doesn't offer me one. Then the lighter flares. He cups it with his hand, fingers curved, protectively around the flame, and leans in. The flame kisses the tip and he inhales. The cigarette glows, a small, secret ember in the dark. His throat works. His shoulders loosen. The shelter fills with the smell of smoke and heat and something sweetly rotten. He exhales through his nose. The smoke curls between us, searching. I watch the way his lips open to release it, how his lips shape the smoke. He takes another drag. Wait,
Yo,
pause.
what the
Wait,
fuck?
his lips shaped to smoke. Wait, what? He takes another drag, longer this time. He watches me. I clear my throat. What unit are you in? I didn't know anyone else was still out here. I'm glad you're here. 2 rifles are better than 1. What unit are you in? The radio on my chest mutters. It prays. Maintain formation. He tilts his head slightly, like he's listening to something behind my voice. Depends who's asking. He doesn't elaborate further. He shifts his rifle a little closer to his body like a reflex. I lower myself onto an overturned crate. I can hear him breathing in the silence. It feels intimate, accidental. Intimate? Like brushing hands with a stranger in the dark and not pulling away fast enough. Do you have a name? He watches my mouth when I speak, not my eyes, my mouth. Chill. Novak. Emery Novak. If you care about paperwork, I nod like that means something. I'm in Sindo. He doesn't repeat it. Outside, the wind claws at the shelter. It wants inside us. Claws? It wants to live where our heat is. Novak shifts his rifle across his lap. In Sindo. He tries it once. Do you know why we're still here? I hesitate. The way you do before confessing, the way you do before undressing. God, what are these? What is this dude saying? Someone benefits. It just isn't us. I don't think I do anymore. Does it matter? We hold the line. Does it matter? We hold the line. Sounds like the best option. I say it the way prayers are said, not because I believe, because I was taught. The radio on my chest whispers, await further instruction. Novak studies me longer than before. Careful. He starts, his voice low. Men who don't ask why. He taps the side of his metal or his helmet with one knuckle. Forget how to stop. Novak leans back against the wall. He flickers a cigarette from his fingers. It hits the concrete and skitters, still burning. Without looking down, he brings his boot down on it and grinds it out slowly. He's quiet for a long time. After that, the radio fills the silence with its soft, mechanical prayer. There was a storm like this once, only louder. You couldn't see past your hands, couldn't tell where the sky ended, and the ground began. Everything was white. The snow swallowed sound, so you would hear a voice and not know if it was 20 feet away or right behind you. Couldn't hear commands, couldn't hear prayers, just wind and shouting. Shouting sounds the same in every language. Once it starts tearing your throat up, you fire you fire because you're told to. You fire because your hands are shaking and the rifle gives them something to do. His fingers flex. I remember thinking about my sister, how she used to stand in the yard when it snowed and let it cover her eyelashes. I remember thinking about how her hands used to look when she pumped flowers in my hair. When it was over, there were bodies everywhere. They were freezing. Some of them were bleeding. Some of them didn't know where they were. One of them kept asking me if his mother would recognize him without his face. He finally looks at me. I didn't leave them out there. I made sure they didn't feel the cold. He rubs his thumb along the rifle stock slowly, almost tender. Whoa. And you can't let them run. Running breaks the line. You did what you had to. That wasn't your call to make. That would break anyone. You did what you had to. The radio hums. Await further instruction. His mouth twitches. That's what they tell you. right before they hand you another magazine. The night settles in around us after that. There's no real agreement to sleep. We just stop talking. I curl up against the wall, my pack under my head, boots still on. I can feel every seam in my uniform. Every place the fabric rubs my skin raw. My body feels distant, like something burrowed. I close my eyes, listening to the radio breathe and the slow, careful rhythm of Novak's boots as he paces. At some point, I drift, not exactly sleep, into a place where memories bleed into each other. I dream about being held down gently, professionally. What? The way doctors and mechanics do. I dream about hands on my back, pushing me forward. I dream about snow filling my mouth. I wish to light. Oh, I wake to light. It's pale, thin, and uncertain. The storm is gone. Novak is awake. Dawn. He says it like it's a diagnosis. Novak stands first. Clear enough? I follow him outside. The snow reflects too much light. It hurts to look at. I squint and laugh quietly, embraced by my own relief. Guess we made it. Novak nods. We did what we had to. That phrase feels good in my mouth. It fits. It feels earned. I almost want to repeat it just to taste it again. We walk a short distance together side by side. I don't think about why he slows. I don't think about why he lets me walk ahead. I trust him. Something cold presses near my face. I need to know if you'd follow. Novak murmurs quietly, almost into my neck. Then wait, almost into my neck. Pause. Then the bayonet behind the edge of my left eye socket. This is a slow pressure, then a yielding, a soft, wet pop that travels through the bone of my skull like a trailing kiss. The white of the snow flares and blushes red at the edges. Warmth spills down my cheek, thick and wet. He doesn't pull the blade free yet. He uses it to turn my head gently toward him as if for a kiss. What the fuck? His breath is on my eyelid. The other side follows smoother. A pop, a release. My vision collapses inwards. I try to raise my hands, but my body doesn't answer me anymore. It leans back into him, trusting, like a sacrificial lamb in the arms of a priest. The radio crackles. Await further instruction. I think of home. I think of mirrors. I think of how I never really looked. Somewhere above me, Novak breathes out a sigh of completion. I feel him shift his weight against me, his body bracing mine in a final, awful embrace. Can't trust someone who doesn't see for themselves. Then the tip of the steel finds the tender flesh beneath my jaw. A slow, firm push. The sensation of something hot going down my throat, a deep internal spill. And then there are nothing left to look at. Ending C. Compliance. Whoa. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back through and I want to try to get another one of the endings. This time I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna go along with him, basically. Here, I'm gonna just try to get to the point. The original just point. South Park Stick of Truth reference. Okay. What unit are you with? I didn't know anyone else was here. I'm glad you're here. Two rifles. I didn't know anyone else was still out here. Douchebag, I didn't know anyone else still out here. Okay. A corner of his mouth twitches, not quite a smile. Most people aren't. They just don't know it yet. The radio on my chest mothers his prayer. Hold the line. He shifts his rifle a little closer to his body like a reflex. I lower myself onto an overturned crate. I can hear him breathing in the silence. It feels intimate, accidental. like brushing hands with a stranger in the dark and not pulling away fast enough. Do you have a name? He watches my mouth when I speak, not my eyes, my mouth. Novak. Yep, our buddy Novak. Emery Novak, if you care about paperwork. I nod like that means something. I'm douchebag. He doesn't repeat it. Outside the wind claws at the shelter. It wants inside us. It wants to live where our heat is. Novak shifts his rifle across the left. Douchebag. He tries it once. Do you know why we're still here? I hesitate the way you do before confessing the way you do before undressing. Again, pause. Some benefits, it just isn't us. Some benefits, it just isn't us. The radio on my chest whispers, hold the line. Novak turns his head towards me. His face stays obscured, but I feel his attention sharpen. You sound like you've been thinking. I'm not sure if it's approval or condemnation. Thinking's thinking's dangerous out here. Command doesn't like competition. Novak leans back against the wall. Okay, now here's back to our options. You did what you had to. That wasn't your call to make. That would break anyone. The radio hums. Maintain formation. Novak looks at me for a long time. Yeah. Or it shows you what you were really always made of. You shot your own men. The word come out before I can stop them. Novak doesn't move. You followed orders that didn't exist anymore. The line isn't real. It's just something they tell you so you don't ask why you're killing. He slowly turns toward me. I feel it then, that moment when something delicate finally snaps. You're wrong. My voice is shaking now, but I don't stop. This isn't strength. This is cowardice. Novak stands. You're already deserting. I step back. My spine hits the wall. Cold concrete kisses my skin through my coat. You think you're better than this? You think you're clean? He steps closer. You talk like a coward and judge like a priest. His free hand grabs my collar and pulls me forward. I can feel his breath on my mouth. Pause! What? The steel muzzle of his sidearm fills the vulnerable space between my ribs, a lover's finger tracing the line where life pulses closest to the surface. Crazy work. My breath stutters. You're afraid of what you've become. That's all this is. The shot is deafening, and the small space, the impact drives the air from my lungs into a grasp that is almost obscene. My body arches, then folds forward into him, like I'm trying to be held. He catches me by my collar. For a second, we're pressed together. I feel the heat of his body, the rough wool of his coat, the warmth of my own blood seeping between us. His breath goes across my lips. Then he lets me fall. My body feels strange, loose, open, like I'm spilling out. Novak stands over me. You don't get to leave. Not like this. The radio whimpers. Hold the line. My vision fades into gray. The shelter blurs. The cold finally reaches inside me. Blood warms my uniform. It feels intimate, personal, like a secret. Just proof that I was still alive a moment ago. And the war keeps going, ending A, opposition. Alright, we got ending A. I'm gonna try to get ending B then. We got A, C. We gotta try to get B. Okay, I'm glad you're here. 2 rifles are better than 1. The radio on my chest mutters its prayer. Await further instruction. A corner of his mouth moves. The scarf around. Depends who's they're pointing at. Depends how steady your hands are when it matters. He, shifts his rifle. I lower myself onto an overturned crate. Is breathing in silence, like brushing fast enough. Do you have a name? He watches my mouth to speak. Novak. Emery Novak. I'm Toad. He doesn't repeat it. Shifts his rifle. Toad. He tries it once. Do you know why we're still here? I hesitate before I answer. I don't think I do anymore. The radio on my chest whispers, maintain formation. Novak's eyes flick down to my hands, then back up. That's how it starts. First you forget the reason, then you forget the rule. He looks down at his rifle. After that, you're already dead. You just haven't laid down yet. Novak leans back against the wall. He flips. That would break anyone. That wasn't your call to make. The radio hums, holds a line. Something sharp passes through his expression. Someone had to make it. No one else was stepping up. He shifts the grip on his rifle. Dead men don't file complaints. The night settles in around us after that. He looks at me for a long time. You're still thinking, is this praise? The radio crackles. Advance when ready. You're scared, but not useless. He clicks something back into place. You question, but not enough to walk away. And you listen, but you don't believe. He sets the rifle off to the side. That's dangerous, just not today. He stands, slings his rifle, walks past me towards the door. There's no farewell, no absolution. I wait, then follow later. Snow lies smooth and pure outside, like nothing ever happened here, like no one ever did. His footprints are already gone. I walk in the opposite direction. Ending D, dawn. Ending D, dawn. So there's a B. How do we get B? Maybe I gotta make him think that, like, I'm useful, but I question. Okay, let's try that. Enter your name. We're gonna try. Oh no, Steven.
And Steven!
We're gonna try. We're gonna try this one again. I'm glad you're here. 2 rifles are better than 1. Okay, so we know that. Steven. Yeah. So we know all this dialogue. Okay, hold up. I said I don't think I do anymore. Okay, so we're gonna do that one, but we're gonna change the last one. Okay, so we know about the storm. We're gonna punt. You did what you had to. Okay, so it's between these two. I think maybe if we do you did what you had to, he's gonna be like, he still follows orders, but he questions them. That would break anyone. Might make me sound like a coward, so I'm gonna do this one. Nick. No, we got ending C. Ending C. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna try again. I want to try to get ending B. We're gonna go back with. We're gonna do Tom. Okay, we're gonna put what unit are you in? Okay. Put what unit are you in? Okay, we're gonna punt. So on benefits, it's not just it's just yeah. So we're gonna do that one. That would break anyone. Okay, or it's what they tell you. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so we get to go to sleep. His grip tightens just enough. The world narrows. What? Hold up. Wait. Let me go back. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, so he's dreaming, right? The normal dream. I dream about being held down gently, professionally, the way doctors and mechanics do. I dream about hands on my back pushing me forward. I dream about snow filling my mouth. I don't hear him move. What wakes me is heat, the sudden warmth of another body close to mine. Maintain formation. Novak is kneeling over me. His knee pins my hip with practiced intimacy. His hand settles against my throat, lifting my face the way someone might before a kiss. It's not rough nor cruel, easy, His breath fogs the space between us. You don't need to be afraid anymore. His thumb finds my pulse. He presses there, slow and deliberate, feeling the way my heart jumps for him. I don't fight it. Fighting feels childish. He leans closer. His thumb brushes my jaw just once, like a reassurance. You weren't built for this. None of you are. His grip tightens just enough. The world narrows to the heat of his palm, the press of his thumb, the way my body betrays me by wanting air. I want to speak. I want to say his name. His other hand comes over my mouth to silence my awful wheezing. Fear makes noise. I can't afford noise. My vision softens at the edges. The walls become small and close and strangely gentle. I think stupidly of being kissed, of mouth and heat, and the way surrender can feel like relief. Snow, radio static, smoke. At least it was warm. Ending B, fear. Now, I don't know if there's any other endings, but I know we got at least A, B, C, and D. And at least I got B, because I knew I was like, if I got C, I'm like, I know there's A, B. So I got all the ones I know about. But this game was really like psychological. I really like this one. It makes you like question and really choose your decisions, and it just feels eerie. I like the way it feels almost like a novel, but you're playing it. This game was really like, I really like the way it messed with my mind. This was a really fun game. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more videos. This was, Cold Embrace, and it was a fun game. Until next time, peace out.